I'm Aishwarya, a rehab counselor, a 3D blind artist, and a blind filmmaker. Today I'm standing in front of you all with a wide smile. And there's a story behind this smile. Everybody has stories, right? Let me take you back to 90s when I was growing up as a kid. I thought life will be the way it is, eating cotton candy, watching Cartoon Network, or riding bicycles. I thought this is how the life will be all day, all night long. But then I was wrong. The first blow came to me in 2000, July 3rd, 2000. I was sitting in a hospital room. My mom was battling cancer. And it was just like any other morning. I was reading a comic book, and suddenly I saw my mom puking blood. I ran to the nursing station to fetch for help. The doctors and the nurses rushed inside to revive her. My dad came back by then, and I saw my mom sinking in front of me. Her eyes, they were looking at me. It wanted to tell me so much. I wanted to speak to her. I wanted to save her. I knew she's going away. Let me out of the room, and I was waiting there. And after a few moments, when I came back, I saw her lifeless body lying on the bed. This was the first blow of my life. And I was very angry back then. Every time something happens, we say, why me? And I did ask myself, why me? I didn't have an answer. I took life as it came. My dad got married again, and we were a wonderful family again. My dad, my mom, my sister, and I. We were living happily. But in 2004, on September 19th, the second blow came when I lost my dad to cancer. I was again very angry. I was like, why this has to happen to me? What did I do? And after the passing of my dad, I had no aspirations in life, no dreams of what I would be becoming. I was just going on like a withered leaf, just blowing with the wind, no aspirations at all. Then I came across this course called Bachelor's in Mass Communication. I was like, this is something that I want to do. Because from my childhood, I had been a good storyteller. A tuffle with a boy in the class would end up to my mom as a Mission Impossible story. That is what I was. So filmmaking was something I wanted to do. And I got into video editing. I would sit late in the night, edit videos, and I would be very happy. I thought one day I'll be a filmmaker, I'll get into video editing. But then I was wrong. When I was in the third year, it was 2008, I started having bad headaches, very bad headaches. And slowly, when the days went by, when I woke up, I would wake up with morning sickness. I would puke. And one day when I was riding back home on my scooty pep, I was just about to take a turn, and I saw the bus in front of me in double vision. I did not go ahead. I did not take that turn because I knew what would happen. The bikes were honking behind me, but I waited for the bus to pass by. And then, after the bus went, when I took a turn, I stopped the bike and I broke down. I came home and I told my mom that this is what happened. And before this, all tests were taken. I mean, nobody knew what it was. Why was I having those headaches? Why was I having those morning sickness? When we went to the doctor asked me to go for a CT scan. And tada, on September 2nd, 2008, I was diagnosed with a brain tumor. And within 1 month of diagnosis, I lost my eyesight, hearing, smell, taste. I was also losing my memory. If you had to meet me yesterday and then say hi to me today, I wouldn't remember you. And I also was heading for paralysis on my right limbs. And to top it all, The doctor said I may not survive more than 3 months. This was my situation. I was like asking God, if you had to make me born in this world, why did you let me see these things? Why me? And my world was confined to a bed with those excruciating headaches and giving up filmmaking. I didn't know what to do. But I saw people who loved me. My mom, her voice encouraging me and praying for me. My sister's silent tears. My friend's touch, saying that, holding my hand and saying that, don't give up, things will be all right. I was thinking about it, and then I realized, so 3 months is what I have. I'll live it. It's fine. Kal ho na ho, you say Shah Rukh Khan, then shall it be kal ho na ho. I lived this 3 months like every day I would appreciate it. And today, those 3 months have become 15 years, and I'm still alive and standing in front of you all. After battling this initial sickness, I recuperated. I remember on 2nd February 2009, I was rushed to the hospital. And I was in the emergency. My family thought they lost me. But then I came home. They brought me that night itself. The doctor said, oh, you can take her home. I came home, and trust me, I had 13 paper dosas after coming home that night. And once I started realizing, okay, I need to do something with life, because I saw my friends going ahead and getting a job and being financially independent. And when it came to me, even for 10 rupees recharge of my phone, I would either ask my mother or my sister. That was my situation. But then I did try freelancing jobs, but some employers, they shut their doors at me and they said, we don't have accommodations for a person with visual impairment. I heard this every time, but my friends who were sweet enough, they gave me short projects to work on. In 2011, I went to the L.V. Prasad Eye Institute, and the doctor referred me to the Institute for Vision Rehabilitation. That was the transformation of my life. Today, what you all see is because I went there and I got rehabilitated. I remember using the computers. The first day when I learned the computer, I was pressing the keys. I didn't know like how the screen readers work. So I was using the computer, and the screen reader started playing back from the speaker, and I pressed letter A, and I could listen to letter A. And I was like, this whole new world of information is in front of me. And today, because of the training, I am independent. Ask me to travel alone, I do. I book online groceries, tickets, and whatnot, even doing bill payment online. So assistive technology has enabled me so much. And coming back to filmmaking, in 2008 I had given up because they say filmmaking is visual arts. It's not for somebody with visual impairment. One day I was watching a movie and I thought, why can't I do a movie that has nothing to do with visuals? I discussed with my boss, Beulah Christie, and she told me, go ahead with this. And within 8 months, we were able to create an audio movie that had dialogues, sound effects, and background score. And the people who did voiceover in it were not some great film stars. They were my visually impaired friends, volunteers, and doctors. So we put up this movie, and it was released in 2015. And later, I ventured into video. So the first question, how as a visually impaired person can somebody direct video? My advantage was that I did the course, so I understand when somebody uses the terminology close-up shot, long shot, point of view, and so on. And how I direct the actors. I say, you gotta smile now, or you gotta be excited. But how? Imagine there was the yummylicious Hyderabadi biryani in front of you. How excited you'll be. So that is the excitement I want. I want you to be scared now. So what will you do? Imagine you wake up 12 o'clock in the midnight and you see a ghost in front of the door. So that is the fear I want on your face. So these are the instructions that I give to my actors and the crew members, and I was able to direct quite a few awareness and informative videos for my department. One day, in 2018, I went to an art gallery. I was invited there. Again, an art gallery and visually impaired, will they see? So I went there anyways, and I saw even the most beautiful painting. My cousin was there, she was describing the paintings to me. Even the most beautiful painting seemed to me like a blank canvas. And that is when I decided I need to do something about accessible art. And my first art was called Happy Blossoms. It had 4 yellow flowers made of leaf and paper, and the background was blue. And after that, I started creating art, and I use aluminum foil. Like clay, I shape it, I layer it with paper, and then now coming to the exciting point. How do I identify colors? So I take these tubes, acrylic tubes, and there's an app called Spacefield. I glue these tubes, the labels on these tubes, and I scan it and I record it, saying this is red, I can use this for sunset or sunrise. This is blue, I can use it for water. So next time when I scan these labels, it plays back and helps me identify which color I'm using. So this is how I do my paintings. And getting into filmmaking and art, I realized that visual arts is not restricted to those who see, it is also for those who cannot see. And with this art shows, what I did was, I remember showing these artworks to some of the visually impaired because I wanted them to feel the world which was not accessible to them. So what I did was, I talked to them, I showed them the artwork, and when they touched it, they were quite overwhelmed with it. They were like, I never knew this is how an artwork looks. This is so beautiful. So this is what the 3D painting has done to people with visual impairment. And I remember, thinking of these two ideas, of creating something new. It starts with an idea. And often we have to make a choice in life. The choice, imagine you fall on the ground and you're hurt. So we either cry over our wound or we get up and we walk. And I have always chosen the second pathway. I realize that if I was to choose the first pathway, it's not going to take me anywhere. I'm going to be there, I'm going to cry, crib about things. But because I chose the second pathway, I'm where I am today. And it's difficult. I'm not saying that, okay, it's easy to take the second pathway. It's too difficult. Every day when we wake up, there are so many crossroads in our life. And to make that one choice, to move ahead, is so difficult. It doesn't happen so easily, but it happens with time. And my life with visual impairment had taught me that appreciate every day as it comes. When I think of tomorrow, somebody asked me, if somebody had to ask me, when I had eyesight, what would you like to be tomorrow? I would have a list of 100 things that I'd want to do, my aspirations, dreams, and all. But today, if somebody asked me the same question, I would say, I want to live the day like there's no tomorrow. So this is I want to appreciate like the moment that I have today, because if I make the best of this moment, I know that tomorrow is going to fall in place. I remember like counseling people and telling them it's okay if your tomorrow is bad, take that one step to move ahead and get on with life, because the road up there is beautiful. And today I'm standing here because I took that step and walked ahead, and I look behind and smile and say, wow, what a life, and I'm happy to be here. Thank you.